right, here we go. Once again, finding out the blue corner, Tony Collins out of the red, Ryne Ford. Nice. Mr. Tony Collins coming in really square. Both men throwing haymakers.
Yeah, not a whole lot of technique behind any of those punches, but here we go. Collins working for a takedown now on Mr. Ford. Ford giving good pressure back. Wow.
Good throw by Ford.
Good takedown.
Going straight into a full mount. This is a bad position for Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins really had to control that head, do a bump and run. Turn over his back is not.
Ford trying to sink in that rear naked choke. What he wants to do here is he's got to flatten his opponent out, get him belly down on the mat. Then he can really start going for that submission.
Yeah, Mr. Ryne Ford needs to really sit back on his hips when he get bucked off forward. All right.
And the choke is set in. Looks like Collins is trying to fight it off somewhat. I can't see their backs to me.
Yeah.
He's trying to fight that hand down.
If Ryne Ford can get that hand locked in behind his head, Mr. Collins is.
Now what Mr. Collins wants to do is he wants to turn his head in the direction of the choke, so he needs to come with his chin back this way. Ford's actually showing him the way out. He's going to try to work his right shoulder, looks like maybe back down to the mat and maybe turn into his opponent. But again, stalemate here in this position. Looks like maybe Ford might be trying to stretch his opponent out here, kind of gas him a little bit.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard rear naked choke to finish by Ford. He's kind of setting off to the side instead of directly behind him.
Looks like okay, and Collins back up into the full guard of Ford. Looking for a triangle.
Tony Collins is coming back.
Collins settles back down. Mount moves straight into mount. Wow. Short time in the round.
And another reversal.
Reversal by Ford.
Now this is a good position for Ford having. This is a good position by Ford having him pinned up against the cage. Collins really have to get control of his head.
Collins trying to control the head of his opponent.
Both men seem to be a little gassed from that exchange off the.
We should be nearing the end of this first round here. A good hard-fought round by both guys. It's a back-and-forth battle, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of where we were in our first fight.
Yeah, both men had dominant positions, were swept, reestablished dominance. I really believe I'm going to have to give that first round to Ryne Ford just for the rear naked attempt choke.
Yeah, most definitely, Brandon. I'd agree. He definitely, I would say, controlled more of the action that round due to that rear naked attempt. Now both fighters again getting instruction from their respective corners, trying to make these adjustments to match their opponent's width.
Mr. Ford seems to be breathing really heavy in his corner.
Both fighters very heavily winded as Ford tries to gain his composure a little bit with some nice deep breaths.
I would think coming into the second round that both fighters would be a little more calm, got the anxious out of them.
Absolutely.
Now they should be really set back into the game plan.
Yeah, we're probably going to see a little bit of a transition to here in the striking game. And Tony Collins looks like he's going to start this second round with his hands at his waist as his opponent, Ford, looks gunning and ready to go.
Yeah, Ford seems to be a little more agile on his feet than Collins.
Now working from the half guard. Okay, Ford goes back to the full guard. And Collins is trying to work his head into the fence here. Ford looking for a sweep.
Because you're going to take that base arm out to get that sweep. Collins looking to pass to half guard.
Now I think what Collins wants to do is he wants to get real heavy on his opponent and force him forces back flat on the mat, but Ford pushes back up, and he's back into the guard of Collins. So here we go, back in the second round, back and forth.
Yeah, this fighter just going from one position to another position, switching from dominant opponent to dominant opponent. So Mr. Collins is trying to work for that Kimura.
Ford pushes him in, pushes into him, and flattens his back down on the mat.
I've noticed that both gentlemen, when they are taking their guard, they're playing more of an open guard than a closed guard.
Yeah. It looked as if they wanted to shoot some submission attempts up, but like I say, this is their first fight, and you get hit a couple of times with an open guard, and you're going to learn pretty quick.
Yeah, it definitely throws you off your game plan.
Yeah, it changes real quick.
And Ford trying to get the rear mount position on Collins. Collins staying turtled up pretty well, but he has to be careful here. He's leaving himself susceptible to punches.
Absolutely. Ford looks like he's doing a pretty decent job of keeping his weight down on Collins, and Collins looks like he's really not all that eager to move from this turtle position up against the fence.
Yeah, this is not a good position for Collins. He can't roll away because of the cage. He can't really turn into him and put him in a bad position for Ford.
Could be looking for a knee bar there as Ford splits his legs. And now Ford makes the adjustment, and he's back working high.
So Collins is trying to get control of his arms.
It looks like we might be going to a stand-up position here. Collins is trying to pummel in now, and Ford is trying to keep control of his opponent on the ground as a knee comes in from Ford.
Ford really needs to pull his leg out to get his opponent to the ground, get him flattened out.
Got a, I would say, a subpar guillotine attempt here from Collins on the bottom from half guard. It's kind of a low percentage submission, and he doesn't look to have it real deep as we go into the 10-second mark of our second round, and which will end in Collins half guard and controlling the pace.
All right, starting ground by the two fighters.
Absolutely. I would say an overall sound performance from both guys, though, in their MMA debuts.
Yes. Seems like Collins is a little more gassed out. People don't really understand that taking punishment will wear you out more than giving punishment.
Absolutely. Better to give than receive in MMA.
That it is.
Okay. Again, both fighters getting their final instructions from their corners. Got to make these last adjustments. I think Ford's again up 2-0. Tony Collins.
Yeah, he's definitely controlling his opponent more so. Collins is really looking gassed out this third round. He's walking real stiff-legged.
Nice.
Good leg kick. Oh. I'm not really sure what exactly has happened.
I think we got a loose cage door here. Wow, that could have been very dangerous. His action stopped right when Collins was throwing that right hand to the jaw of Ryne Ford.
Collins has got his mouth open. He's really had to be careful getting that lower jaw clocked.
Absolutely.
Another good leg kick followed up by right hand by Collins.
And another right hand. Nice takedown as Collins tries to switch his hips over. And now he might be looking to take the back of Ford. But Ford settles back in and puts his weight back down on his opponent and is controlling the action once again.
Ford really needs to get his arm out. Get posture. Reversal by Collins.
I tell you, these fighters are back and forth seesaw battle here. As Collins now is trying to work some hammer fists, and he's looking for that knee over the leg of Ford to pass over the half guard. It looks like he's going to get it. Now working the body of his opponent. And now into the full mount with the head in the fence.
This is a good position for Collins to really start some more dominance, get back some points by the judges.
A little inexperienced there. trying to grab the fence when he maybe should have posted on the face of his opponent.
Both men kind of relaxing at the moment, trying to catch the wind, trying to plan out the next move. Collins doing a good job keeping Ford's head down so he can't take any ground and pound.
Now Collins trying to work the feet into the fence here, maybe looking for at least an out here as punches are being rained down by Ford from his open guard. Not really a whole lot of action from either contestant right now as we enter a lull in the action. Looks like we may be getting a stand-up here from our referee, Del Fry.
Yeah, Collins is really leaving his legs open, making it an easy pass for Ford. I know as an inexperienced fighter, sometimes you don't realize, you don't feel what your opponent is doing. You're so caught up in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely right, and quick to point that out, Brandon. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I'm sure both of these fighters will take back to their respective camps the knowledge that they've gained tonight, and both come back improved fighters in their own right.
Yes.
Now looking for Ford, maybe looking for an arm triangle choke, quite possibly, as that action is going to take us to our final bell.
Mr. Kelly, how do you score this spot?
I think most definitely I would have to look at Ryne Ford as the victor in this fight. He controlled the pace from from front to back all the way through, and when the action was kind of back and forth, it seemed like it always settled back as Ford was in control.
Once again, an exciting fight from ECCF 11.
Again, our second fight of the night goes to full length. This is very, I'd say, I'm unaccustomed to seeing this in MMA. How about you, Brandon?
Definitely not, especially with inexperienced fighters. You come in and you get caught with something because your hands are down, you make a small mistake.
Both fighters showing tremendous heart.
Waiting for the scorecard to be tallied up. Both gentlemen doing a good job in their first fight, showing a lot of hard work in the gym. But as you said, Mr. Keller, they definitely, I think they will come back better fighters from what they learned tonight.
Most definitely, most definitely. They seem like they come from very good camps. I mean, they come in here well prepared for this fight, and like I say, they'll take this info back to the respective camps, and I'm sure they'll grow from it.
Second fight decision of the night, a unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner,
Mr. Ryne Ford comes out with a 1-0 victory. Tom Collins 0-1. A great fight between the two fighters.
I think most definitely a learning experience from both fighters, learning experience for both fighters in their MMA debuts. As we look at Collins getting checked out by the doctor here, and Ford will do the same now.
All right, as we go to an interview for Anthony with the fighter.
First fight ever.
It feels great, man. I think
Striking prowess, and most of it ended up on the ground, but you didn't really care. You worked really hard in both areas, right?
yes, sir. I understand. It just so happened this fight went to the ground. Maybe it'll be different next time.
All right, man. You